the reason I'm talking about this is that it's very important that we understand that if we're stuck with behavior, like what should I do in this situation, or we feel an urge, because sometimes what it is really is an urge to say something or do something, we need to question it. We need to question our emotions, because our emotions are very irrational a lot of the time. They can't be relied on, and they're going to lead us into trouble a lot of the time. Because when we depend on emotions, when we are responding to emotions or reacting to emotions, we're not thinking. We're caught in the grip of that emotion. And what then happens is that we find ourselves doing something that we later regret. We find ourselves doing something that causes pain to somebody else, which we didn't intend. We find ourselves doing something that is really to massage our own ego, right? So one of the key things that I worked on, and I'm still working on, is questioning my motives. And I think this is really where awareness comes in, questioning your motives, asking yourself, why do I feel it's necessary to say that? What is my intention behind that statement? If I say that, what is the result that I want? Because you see, if we question our intention, it will answer a lot of the questions. It will actually tell us what to do. And so therefore, that is a very good way to hold back the ego, by questioning your motives or your intention, by saying, what do I hope to achieve by saying this? You know, even if everybody else is thinking it and they're not saying it, I feel it's my duty. I don't know why. It's my duty to say this thing. But usually it's the ego. Either we're trying to hurt someone, or we're pissed off at them, or we're fed up of their nonsense or their bullshit, or we just, whatever it is, or we're angry, we're stressed, and we need something or someone to take it out on. Questioning your motives, questioning your intention will always help you make better decisions. It's very hard because sometimes we get caught in the emotion. Like if someone says something annoying to you, you immediately want to respond. Your ego immediately says, jump in, tell them, no, that's not acceptable. Tell them what you think, blah, blah, blah. But if you take a moment to pause and you think about what you're about to say, and you ask yourself, what is my intention? Is my intention for peace? Is my intention kindness? Is my intention empathy? Is my intention compassion? Is my intention conflict? Most people don't want conflict. I mean, there are a few people who love conflict, but most people avoid conflict. So actually, if you question that, you realize your intention is conflict, you're going to step back because you don't want conflict, right? So it's a good way to start to work with our emotions, to have healthier emotions. It's okay to feel all the different emotions: anger, rage, jealousy, envy. All these emotions are fine. They're there for a reason. But it's now, what is important is that we don't act on how they make us feel at that point in time. We question them. Like if I'm envious or jealous of someone, I ask myself, why? That is a trigger for me. That is teaching me something about my own self. So being jealous is not the problem. It's what I do with it, with the emotion, that's important. Being angry is not the problem. Anger can be very useful in certain situations. And you should get angry when you see something unfair or something unjust happening. But how do you channel that emotion? It's the channeling of emotions that's very, very important. Not having the emotion. Being sad, being angry, being, happy, crying, whatever. They're all perfectly fine. They're there for a reason. We have such a wide range of emotions, and we should feel those emotions. Nothing wrong with that. But just remember that your emotions should not control you. You should control your emotions. You should be in charge. And that's why we always talk about the mind being stronger than the emotion. Because the mind tells you the right thing to do. The mind, the spirit, the soul, whatever you want to call it, is always calling to you and trying to, and the spirit never gets it wrong. The spirit is perfect. Your spirit is perfect. It knows exactly what to do. But do you listen to it? That's the question. Most of us don't. We just ignore that voice that's saying, don't do that, don't say that, don't go there, whatever it is. Don't date that person. don't get entangled in this situation. We ignore all of that and we go with what our emotions are telling us. Oh, he's amazing, he's cute, he's da 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 da, whatever it is, right? So it's just a quick word to say your emotions, you can have a wide range of emotions, they're fine. Question them. Don't allow them to control you. You control your emotions. And a very good way of doing that is to ask yourself, what is my intention behind whatever it is I'm about to say or do? What is my intention? What do I hope to get from this? What is the result that I would love? Because most of the time we don't want conflict. We don't want to make someone angry. We don't want to worsen the situation. We don't want to make someone cry or feel sad or damage their self-esteem. That's not what we want. Most of us are genuinely kind people and we want to treat people with kindness. And of course, it's not always easy when people are not kind to us. But if we take a step back, that allows us to perhaps see from a different perspective or to walk away. We don't always have to respond to everything. We can walk away. That's also okay. So I hope that's helpful. Take care. See you soon.